What's up, guys? I'm Justin Swashner. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I drove all the way back over here to Cameron Johnson Race Cars because I wanted to give y'all a few updates of what's going to be happening to the new Aftermath 2.0 chassis. I'm going to go ahead and take you over to the back of the shop so I can show you around the car again, and then what we plan to do to upgrade this chassis so it fits my standards, my needs to be able to run Pro 275 and the Street Outlaw No Prep Kings. Alright guys, so I did a quick little walk around of the car so you can see everything. We are actually going to start working on this car Monday morning. Everybody's off work right now for Thanksgiving. Hopefully y'all are spending the time with your families and eating all the food up. You know, I know I'm going to. I think JJ's going to go too as well. You going to eat all the food? Yes, sir. Of course. Anyway, guys, I just want to give y'all a little update of what we're going to do to Aftermath 2.0 so it can get ready to be able to fit the big old 997 cubic inch Pat Musey motor, the Rosler 3-speed transmission with a chance converter, and Justin Carmack's billet rear center section. So first off, we got to cut this out of the car. This is a 2002 Camaro. It was built by Jerry Bickle, so it was built back in the day. They did things a little bit different. So there's some bars that we have to cut out of the car so we can make things fit and the motor placement right for our liking. So what I'm going to do is the whole firewall is coming out of this car. The reason why we're taking the firewall out of this car, because I need to push the pedals down a little bit. For me, for my liking, I like my legs to be a little bit straighter in the car. So we're going to take the firewall out. We're going to cut these bars out right here. That goes to the mid plate. We're actually going to push the mid plate forward to where I like it for the Pro 275 and Street Outlaw No Prep King setup. We're actually taking this bar out of the car, these little X brace right here, because that's where the zoomies are going to go, and then we're going to put another diagonal bar in here in replacement. Just over the years, we're in 2019 now, cars are built just a little bit different. So once we cut the firewall out, once we cut those bars out to go into the mid plate, move that back forward, we're going to put a titanium firewall back in this car. We will have to cut the motor plates mounts out because I have a big 5.3 motor. This car was set up for a 5-inch deal, so now that I'm putting a 5.3 motor in it, I have to move the motor plates forward. It's just a little bit bigger. Once we get done with all that, Cameron's actually going to come in here inside the car and he's going to cut this X brace. He's got to cut this X brace so he can make this funny car cage hoop a little bit wider. I have a little bit of room to play with against the window, about 3 to 4 inches. So we're actually going to move the funny car cage out wider, which will give me a little bit more room for my shoulders. It's kind of tight in there. You can kind of see I'm kind of a big person. So once we get this funny car cage moved out, once we get the X brace back inside the car, we get the pedals pushed down, the firewall in, the motor plate tabs in, then we're going to go ahead and move over to the transmission. Once that's all complete, we got to get the transmission to fit in this car. So you can see this car had a power glide in it, and actually I'm putting a turbo 400, which is a little bit bigger. So I'm going to have to cut this middle bar out. We're going to cut this X brace bar out because the X brace that's in this car was built back in the day. It's just a little bit smaller tubing than what's ran in today's times. So we're cutting all the X brace out. We'll get the transmission mounted, tranny mount, and all these sliders and everything completely mounted on the car. Then we will put the X brace back in the car. I have a titanium drive shaft tunnel coming in. Sorry guys, it's a little bit dark in here. I don't have no lights, but we're going to put a titanium drive shaft tunnel in. All these panels are coming out. I don't run nothing like that. Like I said, we will have a titanium firewall. Once we do the pedals, once we get the transmission, all that is completely done, we get the funny car cage built for me so I can fit a little bit better, I will be a lot more comfortable in this car, because we're going to get ready to run Pro 275 in January, and then turn around and set the car up to run Street Outlaw No Prep Kings whenever they drop the schedule. All around, it's a well-built chassis. I was glad we were able to purchase this car. It's a very nice built car by Jerry Bickle. There's just some things that we have to change on it for our likings, for our engine combination, our transmission ratio, and the 3-speed that we run. So I just have to change some things in the car, and plus give me a little bit more leg room. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'1". I'm 274 pounds now. You know, I've been on a diet. I started out at 294. I'm down 20 pounds right now. I am going to pig out tomorrow for Thanksgiving, but I will start back on my diet and get down. I really want to get down to right around 225 before the Street Outlaw No Prep Kings. That starts in May of next year. I think I can make it happen. I'm going to work my ass off to make sure it happens, but I just wanted to give y'all a quick update. I showed y'all the car. I revealed it a couple videos ago. It did very well. Had a lot of comments, a lot of feedback on it. I just wanted to give y'all a quick little update, because next Monday, this car is going up on the lift. We're actually going to get started on building this thing so we can be out in January. It's a very nice built, light car all around. I will be taking the paint off the car and having Mike Starvino's down at Speed and Truck World rewrap it. I don't know what colors we're going to do yet. Polished wheels are staying on. The rear are welds. The American Racing on the front, they will be coming off. I will be selling those. I'm going to put weld wheels on the front of it. Guys, now that y'all seen the car and y'all kind of know about the updates that we're going to do to Aftermath 2.0, that does not mean I'm leaving Aftermath just in the weeds. We are putting that car back together. I'm going to re-front half it. I read every comment on the last video. I loved all the insight. We are going to do an LS motor. I really think right now we're leaning more to a Pro Charge setup. Hey, JD.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
So we're leaning more to a Pro Charge setup, LS motor, with probably a 5-speed behind it. I don't know if that's the 100% route we're going, but I did read all the comments. I did read all the information. A couple people emailed me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you haven't done it already, subscribe to the channel. Hit that button down below. It turns the notifications on. Keep up with all our builds. We're going to have the Pro 275, Street Outlaw No Prep Kings, Aftermath 2.0 ready here in a few months, and then we're going to have the original Aftermath that's going to be a street driven car and also get to go play around at the track.